Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends. Let's get to it. We're going to do this run, and we are going to talk about this new farmable champion called Stoneskin. Okay, not really new. He is a fusion from Broadmaul that I didn't really pay attention to before. So we've got him right here. He's a Void champion, a rare, that we can actually farm for a brand new account and play with him. He has a Provoke on his A1. His A3 is an AoE, puts the 30% decrease in speed. Here we go. We have everybody attacking him. Even though he has an increased defense, he's got the lowest HP. We do need a heal here, though. We're going to take another hit from Crossbow Man. Wow, that would have saved. What a save on that stun. There we go. We got to heal up. So the AI is going after him. We just got to provoke from him on his A1. The AI is going after him because he has the lowest HP and he's a Void champion. Usually, if you have a Void champion and he has the lowest HP, no matter what his defense is, his defense could be 5,000. The AI will go after that champion. Obviously, if we have an off affinity spirit person here, probably go after that champion instead, unless they have an absurd amount of HP to offset it. Here we go. We got an increased defense. So it's pretty cool with him because he'll always have increased defense up on himself. So if he gets a decreased defense, we're good to go. We'll offset that and he'll be fine. Now his HP is really, really high. So it's kind of hard sometimes to make sure he has the lowest HP. But it works out. It works out very nice. And this is just another free to play. And I'm going to show you where we're going to get him and how we're going to work with him. But let's just make sure again that the AI knows to always attack our friend here, Stoneskin. I wish he had, if that was an AoE provoke, it would be so amazing. The only reason I'm so excited about this is because I have a new rare champion to play with. Am I saying you need to go out and level up this rare champion right away so you can progress? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you can farm this champion. You can make this champion from day one of playing the game. You can set your sights. There we go. A1 provoke again. We got a provoke on our Crossbow Man. They're going after him. You saw a decreased defense on all our other champions, but they still went after Stoneskin because he has the lowest HP and because he's Void. They usually always do that, and it's good that way. If we brought in a Spirit off tank, would be hit much harder, might cause some issues, might go down faster. But with this guy, I feel like we can make him very easy and do it. We'll try it with Jizzo as well. A Spirit off tank, the Lizardman that we get at 14-day login. Because he is a 14-day login, everybody's going to have him. We'll try it with him as well, and I think he'll do really well. I think he'll do really good at the job. But they should always, and the AI kind of flakes out sometimes and does gun for somebody else every once in a while. But for the majority of the time, they will always attack this Void champion because he has low HP. Again, he has really high HP. I think he has base 20%, 20,000 HP, and then like 900 defense. His defense is actually pretty low. I wish those stats were flip-flopped so that we could have really high defense and really low HP. Make it much easier for gearing out your people here. And I did bring in Apothecary. I know Apothecary is not a farmable rare, but it makes the runs a lot faster. When we get those spot heals, makes it a lot better. Of course, I'm showcasing Stoneskin, but we will do videos, and we can now include Stoneskin in all our follow-up videos for our rare farmables, our uncommons that we're going to use to go farm campaign, then to go farm Dragons 13, and then progress on to Dragons 20 with very minimal masteries, with gear that we find only from campaign to do Dragons 13, from Dragons 13 and Dragons 20, and with just these champions and Greybeard and whatever else we've been using. If you go back and follow up that episode 1 of this video, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see all the champions, Greybeard, Spirit Host, War Priest, Shaman, all the champions that we get for free when we start the game that we're using to progress through to get to end game. That's what it's all about. Get us to end game. Now, obviously, you're going to have other champions you can supplement in there, so you don't have to run out and do these champions that I have. But it gives you an idea, right? Say I got lucky enough and got a Seducer. Now, I have Seducer, and he has really low HP but really high defense. Seducer gets targeted all the time. All the time. It'll work really well for you. Now that we're at the dragon, it doesn't matter. Stoneskin's not going to bring a lot to us, right? Even Seducer Seducer would actually bring decreased attack of 25%, which would really help us out. Okay, we didn't make it. We didn't make it through here. Kale did not heal enough off of lifesteal gear to be able to make it through. But hey, this is stage 20, and we're trying to make it through with these rare champions. And I don't have lifesteal gear on a lot of other ones. Let's just run it through one more time to make sure that you can see how Stoneskin is being attacked. Now, again, if I had somebody like Seducer, if you were lucky enough to pull Seducer as a Void rare champion, You could use Seducer in place of this, and it would be amazing. If I wanted to put Provoke Artifacts on him, if I had Provoke Artifacts and wanted to put them on our Stoneskin, it would work out really well because he has that AoE on the A3. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, but his A2 gives him the increased shields and then gets him back around. It gives him an additional 50% increased turn meter, so it gets him back around to his skills faster. Hopefully drops off things like this faster. And there we go. That's when he would do it. He'd do that AoE Provoke if we had Provoke Artifacts on him. But he does have a Provoke on his A1, which is a pretty high chance. We're going to check that out in a minute. We're going to check out his gear, what his skills are, and then we're going to check out what everybody else's HP is on this team, so you know that their HP is higher than Stoneskin, and that's why they're all gunning for him right now. See, every once in a while though, we'll get this weird fly. Somebody will just fly out of the blue and attack some other champion every so often. It's kind of weird how the AI operates like that. Yeah, now they got a taste for our Executioner over here. Luckily, Executioner is pretty tanky as well. So again, you don't need to run out. You don't need to run out and do Stoneskin. He is a farmable champion. I'm going to show you from Broadmaw is where you can get him. Almost threw it again. So with the Broadmaw fusion, I was thinking I have so many Broadmaws, I should use a Broadmaw to get through content in the game. And I thought he'd be easy to fuse, but when I looked at his fusion, you need 4 Void for it. I was hoping it'd be 2 other champions and then 2 Voids, and I forgot those 2 Voids can be fused. There's 2 Voids out of the 4 for Broadmaw fusion, and one of them is to make this guy, and the other one is to make an attack Void. I can't even remember her name. We'll go look at it. But she's pretty fragile, so I didn't want to include her in something that we do for leveling. There we go. We got a Provoke on its A1 again. So going through the waves isn't bad with him. I mean, it's been pretty steady, right? He doesn't do AoE Provoke or anything else. And again, they want to go out. We need to bring our Executioner HP up a little bit. Executioner's HP is well over. Now they're back on track. Is well over Executioner, but for some reason, every once in a while, they want to go off to Executioner. It's kind of weird. But this is how the AI should function. Especially when it's a Void champion with low HP. So we're going to get to the dragon and do a replay on this dragon and see where we're at. And then we're just going to jump over, look at everybody's gear, look at where I fused him from and where I made him from so you can see how easy he is to make. There he did a Provoke on his A1 again. I would really like him in Provoke gear. He'd have 2 chances then on his A1 to Provoke. 2 separate chances with the gear and with his own skill. And then his A3 AoE would have a chance to provoke everybody. And then his A2 would give him the increased defense. Okay, let's see if we can do what we're supposed to do here. Get the poisons up with Kale. Lifesteal with Kale. He can be the last man standing. Kale can, that's fine. Everybody else isn't bringing a lot. Decreased defense is very handy here. Decreased attack would be a lifesaver. If we could bring in somebody with decreased attack. If you're lucky enough to get Mother Superior as a healer. If you're lucky enough to pull off Seducer again with his AoE decreased attack, or anybody else by the time you get to stage 20 and start farming dragons 20, or even on the way up there, if you can get a decreased attack on any boss, even at the 25% mark, doesn't have to be the bigger 50% one, you will last so much longer. Pretty much cuts their damage in half if you get the decreased 50%. Very, very handy. We cannot lower the turn meter on the dragon. We cannot put a decreased speed on him. So everybody else pretty much is just here to watch Kale put poisons up and do the little damage they do. We need it to happen here, though. We need a few more poisons. Let's go, Kale. Come on. I don't know where you're at with poisons, but we need you. We're going to take a really hard hit. Oh, we got it. We got below the threshold. Nice. So we should have this pretty easy. And now we just got an additional decreased defense. Now, keep in mind, we're doing this with all rares. So it does take time. We're at 4 minutes, and it can be kind of with what we're using and the gear we have on them. Now, when we go back and redo this, we're going to do it all with probably lifesteal gear. It'll be much easier. So that's it. That is Stoneskin here. I think he did a really good job of tanking, and I think you got to see a good way of tricking the AI to attack somebody who has the lowest HP, especially if they're Void in the team. So we're looking at Stoneskin. Stoneskin has 30,000, 30,000. We've got 43 here, 43 here. And we had Executioner at 37. So maybe we need to bring him up to like 40. And Apothecary at 49. So Apothecary is really high. So that was the team. Stoneskin, let's go over his abilities. We'll go over his gear too. I've got a lot of increased defense, speed, defense. I had to take off anything. I even had to take off a 6-star 16 helm here because it was giving him too much HP. because his HP is so damn high on his base HP. I really wish these were flopped. I wish he had like 1,400 defense, 1,500, 11. It really wouldn't matter the HP because we're going to keep it down, and he would just be a super, super tank. And then I've got speed boots on, and here are his total stats. I have no masteries. We're not running with any masteries on him. He is maxed out. So we'll go over his total stats in just a second. So his A1 provoke, 75% chance to provoke for 1 turn. Fantastic. Does damage based off of max HP. We are not worried about that. We want to keep his HP down. This is pretty cool. Increases his turn meter by 50%. Places a 60% increased defense buff on himself for 3 turns. It doesn't matter that it increases his turn meter because we've got it for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So we'll always be up. It's actually pretty good that way because then we get back faster to trying to provoke somebody or do an AoE and a 100% chance to place a 30% decreased speed for 1 turn on a 4-turn cooldown. Not bad at all. His total stats are 30,000, 3,341 defense, 203 speed, and the rest of it, we just have on there some accuracy to do that. So again, you don't need to rush out and do Stoneskin. I was just kind of showing you a rare we can play around with now. So now, when I strip everybody bare and I take them through campaign, brutal campaign to get gear to try to see if we can do Dragons 13, which I know we're going to be able to, and then we progress on from Dragons 13 to Dragons 20. We have a new champion we can throw in there. There he is, Stoneskin. Oh yeah, where did I get him from? Let's go. Let me show you really quick. We had the Fusion, Broadmaw, and here he is. So he only takes these uncommons, which shouldn't be that hard to get, and some of these you can farm. You can farm him in campaign, all of them in campaign. Okay, so he's 100% farmable. Nice. I like that. And she's cool too, but she's just, more of an attack class. There wasn't anything fancy I could do with her except bring her in for some serious DPS. And we will play around with her later as well. All right, guys, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on a video soon.